It is a pleasure to be here with you, and as always, to be an event sponsored by the Corrections Society and the Prison Women's Project, and of course to be here at this great institution of learning, John Jay College. I understood the president was here. Did he depart? And if so, I hope he knows how much I appreciate his friendship over the years and his advice and support. I'm going through all of this because I haven't gotten over the film. I think as long as I've been doing this work that I shouldn't get moved by the course of human events. But that's not true. Stories like that we have seen open you up again to struggle. Tell you that no matter what you've accomplished, no matter how much success you may have gained in any of your fields, there's still more to do. It's an endless work. But stories of that, like that, also tell you that it's worth it. That the devotion of your life to other human beings and to the cause of justice will be worth every minute that you spend doing it. And that, in fact, we have an obligation, a calling, a responsibility as human beings to do this work. Whether we do it professionally, we do it as volunteers, we do it as family or friends, or however you accomplish it, we have that responsibility. When we first started discussions about the bill, I said to myself, you know, this is a task better suited for a woman to sponsor. And we had that discussion. And I said, you know, I'll do it, but we need to go out and find a woman because I think a woman should be the face of this struggle, given the disparity of women relative to domestic violence. And of course, I'm honored that Ruth Hassell-Thompson took that role on in the Senate. You will find her to be a person of substance, a person who is dedicated to her business, and a person who is dedicated to the improvement of human beings wherever she may find them. And so I've not said that to her, but I'm saying that to you tonight, Ruth. Thank you very much. Now, I was a little late, and I'm going to have to see the beginning of the film because between me and you was the president. And it was hard to get across East Side to get here, you know, no. There are more police. There must be just a crime-free city of New York because every police in the city of New York is standing between the East River and here. But what I'm asking for you tonight to do as you listen to this dialogue and as you watch this film is to rededicate yourself to this cause or dedicate yourself to this cause. One can't quite understand the politics, or yes, we can, of why one would oppose this, why would oppose the consideration of those conditions that have impacted these individuals and not be able to take them in account to how they are treated relative to that. You know, they say, and I work and do work with the Justice Center, which is an organization designed to try and find answers to complex criminal justice problems for states to reduce costs. So they say, look at the numbers, and the data will lead you to your conclusion. So you have a form here that tells you the numbers. 70%, 75% of women in prison suffered severe physical violence by an intimate partner during adulthood. 37% were raped before their incarceration. 93% of women convicted of killing an intimate partner were abused by an intimate partner in the past. And of the 38 women convicted of murder and released between 1985 and 2003, not a single one returned to prison for a new crime within 3 years of release. You have to follow the numbers. The policies of criminal justice have to be substantiated by fact, not fear, not somebody's testosterone attack, but by fact. When we've debated this bill on the floor in the Assembly and had discussions about it, we've had members of the opposition rise and said, will this affect men? Can a man now claim to have been abused, and as a result of that, he possibly can get out, knowing full well that that is not the normal circumstance. And if that odd circumstance happens, that it will be dealt with in the way that it should be, because one will look at the full body of the information and the case in order to make judgment. However, those who oppose rational sentencing have vested interests in keeping prisons operating. There's no doubt about that. And while I'm not telling you that prisons shouldn't exist, maybe in my utopian world it wouldn't, but I'm saying that we ought to be driven by sanity, and we cannot abandon our humanity in an attempt to punish. And that's, I'm afraid, what we do as policy in this state at this moment. We're trying to move away from that. We're trying to make people understand that there's a better way, that there's a more safer way for our society and our communities, and that there's, in fact, for those who are fiscally concerned, a cheaper way in order to accomplish the goals of correction and rehabilitation. But we can't be about the business of revenge, and we can't be about the business of punishment for the sake of punishment. We should never surrender our own humanity because there have been inhuman acts that have been committed. That is just the truth of it. And so, again, let me commend all of you here. Let me tell you that I am encouraged by your response to this film, encouraged by the fact that you came and gave your evening to see this and participate with us. And I hope that this struggle will have a conclusion faster than that of the young lady's case that we saw. Thank you very much.